really want to talk about performance art and what is that, and what is that lovely handbag I'm holding in the lovely picture, and my lovely handbag here, which is an everyday thing, and what is the difference. And I'm realising that I'm talking really fast because I'm afraid that the slide's going to go on. So I'm actually just going to slow down completely and tell you all about adoration. And I am a performance artist. And you might ask, what is a performance artist and what do we do? I'm a performance artist in the visual arts. That means I am not a theatre practitioner, and we'll get back to that a few slides later. But really, for performance, from the visual arts, sight is very, very important. And when I made Adoration on St. Patrick's Day in Temple Bar, it was a very, very different performance to when I made it in Lichfield a couple of years before this, in a very beautiful cathedral school church. And time is a very, very important thing in performance, live performance art. I should have suggested that. So the first slide was just messing around. I'm trying to fly. This slide is after 4 hours performing it. And the effort is starting to come into it. The imagery is starting to change. The significance of the piece is starting to change. And this is 17 days, 4 hours a day performing it. Radically changed. The input of that kind of duration obviously means that there is a kind of endurance to it. And believe me, falling on your back 2,000 times over 17 days has an endurance element to it. And this really brings me swiftly along, much more swiftly than I wanted to the kind of relationship between performance art, the kind of practice that I make, and ritual. And of course, ritual being the Christian iconography I'm going straight for here. And as I was saying, I'm not a theatre practitioner, but here is Beckett's Breath, which is a theatre piece, and I directed it and performed in it. And you may say, what the hell about this schism, what's happening? But I think Beckett is really informative to contemporary performance practice in the visual arts. This is the doorway of our lovely Centre of Culture in Paris, and Molly Blooms, as I call this piece, farts every time somebody has to come in and out of the building under her arm. This is How to Explain the Sea to an Uneaten Potato. And I thought that might take me 15 seconds, but anyway. So really cutting the body then, because the body is very omnipresent in live performance. Cutting off the body, and this is another collaborative piece I made with 15-year-olds. Don't go there. They all lip-synced to Handel's Messiah, the Alleluia chorus. And I cut off their bodies because it was great to just see their heads popping out of this lovely mountain. And you might have noticed that over the last kind of 18 months, I've made an awful lot of yellow work. And this is the first piece of it, and it's very simply called Yellow. It's a very simple piece which I've made over a number of durations, 6 hours, 4 hours, a week in New York last year. And really the sight really influences it and nuances the weight of the performance. And when I made the 17-day piece last year, the fall in Manchester, I had to shove my dress into my mouth because I was coughing too much. I had one of those lovely coughs. And I found this beautiful, beautiful image. So I expanded Yellow. This is the scrubbing the dress piece. And I made 2 videos literally of taking this beautiful cloth in and out of the mouth, breathing it in and out, and really considering the colour yellow and all of its implications. So, as I say, I have over-yellowed myself. In Picasso's words, I have gone through my yellow phase. I never want to see the colour yellow again. So in this piece I made in September, I decided to kill yellow, kill it. So I had a huge cloth of yellow in the gallery space, and I just started simply ripping it to shreds in my last, I promise, ever new performance with yellow. And it was a 4-hour piece, and I think as I was cutting it, I realised that there was connections, of course, historical and legacy connections for such a new art form as performance art. It's only about 100 years old. So this is Yoko Ono. That's the John Lennon, Yoko Ono, making a seminal piece of performance called Cut Piece, which I made the allegory to. And this, of course, is my art mama. I studied with this woman called Marina Abramovich on the other side. And as I was making the 17-day performance, I was also making reference to her amid the piece. And Finally, but surely not surely, this is a very beautiful piece after an artist called Alice Marr, and there's lovely snails making paintings all over my face, and I will be making this live in the Irish Museum of Modern Art on the 18th of May. Please come.